All right, let's talk about something really important today. We're diving into the one mindset shift that can literally be the difference between spinning your wheels for years and finally reaching that elite level of trading performance. Seriously, this is what the top firms drill into their people, and it's what separates the true pros from everybody else. And look, the stakes here could not be higher. As one former Wall Street trader put it, the way most people approach trading, it's not just kinda ineffective, it's actively destroying your profits. This is a real problem, and we've got to fix it before it's too late. So let's just start with a really direct question for you. Be honest with yourself. When you sit down at your desk to trade, are you just showing up? Just putting in the hours? Or are you genuinely moving the needle forward? It's a huge distinction, and trust me, confusing those two is a trap that so many traders fall right into. And that brings us to what we can call the progress illusion. You know the feeling, right? You feel busy, you're at your desk, you're present, but you're not actually getting any better at the craft of trading. Now, this slide here really nails the difference. It just perfectly separates activity from actual achievement. On the left, you've got being present. Staring at your screens for 8 hours, placing a few trades, and then calling it a day. Sound familiar? That's what most people are doing. But on the right, you have making progress. This is about actively trying to compress your learning curve, focusing on daily, intentional improvement, and squeezing a lesson out of every single thing you do. From the outside, they might look kind of similar, but the results, they are worlds apart. So, how in the world do we break out of this illusion? Well, the solution, and this is drawn straight from the training floors of professional firms, is to adopt something called the urgency mindset. Okay, and let's be crystal clear about this definition because it's important. Trading with urgency does not mean rushing to place more trades. It's actually the opposite. It's this deep internal drive to get better, an urgent desire to end today as a measurably better trader than you were yesterday. It's all about maximizing every single moment for learning. But why is this so critical? Well, it really boils down to three big reasons. First, think of an hourglass. Whether you realize it or not, you have a finite window of time to make this trading thing work. Second, there's opportunity cost. Every hour you spend just stagnating is an hour you could have been earning money doing something else, or, being with your family. And third, there's this thing called Parkinson's Law. Basically, without a deadline, our work just expands to fill all the time we have, and that usually leads to apathy, not progress. Having that sense of scarce time, it creates focus. Okay, so we need urgency. Got it. But how do we actually channel that urgency into real improvement? Well, this is where we need to talk about the difference between just practice and what performance experts call deliberate practice. The hard truth is most traders are just swinging. They're showing up, they're clicking buttons, they're definitely putting in the hours, but there's no specific intentional plan behind any of their actions. And this analogy just illustrates the difference perfectly. Imagine a driving range. The lazy golfer goes, dumps a huge bucket of balls, and just starts swinging away, hoping for the best. The elite golfer, on the other hand, shows up with one or two very specific goals, like, today I am only working on my grip. And after every single swing, they're analyzing the feedback from that swing and making a tiny adjustment for the next one. They're both at the same range for the same amount of time, but the outcome over time is going to be completely different. So, the crucial takeaway here is this. We've all been kind of misled by this idea that you just need to put in 10,000 hours and you'll be an expert. It's not about the sheer quantity of your hours. It's about the quality and the intention you bring to them. And this is how you start to really compress your learning curve. As Shark from SMB Capital puts it, the goal is to make one single trading day feel like it was worth 10. How do you do that? By filling it with visualization, with review, and with focused, deliberate practice, instead of just passively watching screens. Okay, the theory is powerful, I get it, but how do you actually apply this stuff? This is where we translate this whole idea of urgency into a concrete daily system that you can literally plug right into your trading routine starting tomorrow. And the reason a system is so incredibly important is captured perfectly by this diamond miner analogy. You've seen the meme, right? The guy who gives up right before he strikes gold. So many traders do that simply because they weren't digging fast enough or smart enough. This system we're about to go over, it's designed to get you digging with focus and purpose. So here it is, your 4-step daily system. Super simple. Number 1, eliminate distractions. I mean it. Phone away, extra tabs closed. Create a sacred space for deep work. Number 2, set one daily goal. Not 10, just one concrete, measurable thing you're going to work on today. Number 3, Grade yourself. At the end of the day, measure your behavior against that one goal, not just your profit or loss. And number 4, and this is so critical, use slow markets to learn. Don't just check out when things get boring. You know what? That last point is so important. I'm going to say it again. Slow market days are not a waste of time. They are a tuition-free classroom. This is your chance to review charts, to study setups, to build out your playbook so you are ready and prepared to act the first time you see an opportunity, not the 5th or 10th. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds like a lot of small, little, incremental things. But this is where the magic of compounding kicks in, and it creates a massive, massive gap over time. The numbers here are just staggering. A trader who consistently applies this urgent, intentional approach can make 5 to 10 times the progress of someone who is just showing up. Think about that for a second. 10 times the progress in the exact same amount of time. And here's how that actually plays out over time. After just 1 year of this, the gap in your skill and understanding is incredible. After 5 years, it is absolutely career-defining. And over 10 years, it is literally the difference between someone who has built a successful, long-term trading career and someone who is still working on it, or worse, has given up entirely. So my challenge to you is this. Stop asking how many hours you're putting in and start asking what you're putting into those hours. Let's make this real. What is the one specific, concrete goal that is going to define your trading day tomorrow? That is how you begin.